I was on a recent sales call. This time I was the buyer, and I want to share something that every salesperson should hear. So let me lay the foundation for you. The call was set up through a mutual partner, so it was a referral. It was a Zoom call, so it was face-to-face. And basically the call was started with, hey, what state am I talking to? So asking me where I'm from. And I thought that that was warm and friendly, sure, since we conduct business all across the United States. So I said, Washington State. And he said, oh, you just won a football game. And I said, I did. Yeah, we did. However, I live in a beautiful state and I call it a scenic calendar. So here was the first miss. I gave him an excellent opportunity to use this, something that I shared with him, to help build rapport, to help connect with me a little bit more. But he didn't hear it. He elected to continue on to his next question, which was, so tell me, what do you know about my product and how I can provide value to your customers? And I thought, wow, I wouldn't have started off that way, but okay, I get it. It would work out probably a little bit better if he listened to what I had to say or maybe followed through with the results. So basically, I was pretty familiar with the product. I actually went on a Zoom call on this product a couple years ago. So I gave him a very generic, a very brief overview of what I know of it. And so the call then proceeded. So the sales call proceeded with him talking for what I felt like an eternity. And it got worse. Like, he had all of this technical jargon of wah, 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 started to sound like Charlie Brown's parents. And in my head, I thought, is this guy ever going to shut up? So I stopped listening. And then he asked me, did I have any more questions? And in that moment, I did, but I had a stronger urge to not want to listen to him talk. So I said, no, I don't have any questions. But this is what I heard you say, and I hopefully hit some points back to what I was able to capture out of what he was saying. So he then continued on with this technical jargon, stuff that's in his industry. Make this generic, man. Yes, I know some of it. I don't know all of it. Even still, don't talk it up to be all this crazy acronym thing that you provide. I won't know what it is. So here's the thing. We went through this whole call and I still have no idea what value it is going to give to the people that I serve, right? So I'm on this call thinking I'm going to find a product that's going to be able to add a +1 to some of my portfolio. And what I got instead was, I have no idea what this product does. So when the call ended, I did what every person does when the call is a no. I said, wow, this is great. I'm up to my eyeballs in projects. Send me over what you have. I will look over it and I'll get back to you in a couple weeks, and thanks so much for your time. So hopefully with this, what you're hearing is all of the different opportunities of a miss in the call. What I failed to share is that in this spew of what he had, he shared, oh, back in the old days in the 80s, we had this. And so this tells me he's a seasoned sales guy, right? So then it tells me he's so comfortable with his voice talking, with maybe doing the good old days way of selling, or even throw that out the window, man. Let me tell you, this was rough. It was terrible. He missed the opportunity to connect. And if he were to start with that in the beginning, perhaps maybe there would have been a lot more grace going on in the call. But instead, all I wanted to do was not listen to him talk. I didn't want to hear his voice. His even close to attempt to try to connect with me was so generic and just gross. I was done. So lesson learned, even a salesperson can make a miss. Don't get comfortable with where you're at. Don't get comfortable with the normal jargon and whatever it is that you do. Man, focus on relating. Focus on making that connection and hearing what I have to say, because at one point I actually did have a question, and guess what? He didn't answer it. He pulled out something out of left field and started talking about something else, which infuriated me even more. Even salespeople, seasoned salespeople can do this.